Hi, our names are
Sienna,
Olivia, and Megan, and today we are discussing the debate of AI in the academic space. First off, we want you to guess which of our intros is AI and which is created by us.
Welcome to our podcast, where we delve into the fascinating and evolving intersection of artificial intelligence and education. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the ongoing debate surrounding the use of AI tools in education. Over the past few years, AI has made remarkable strides in transforming various industries, and education is no exception. From personalized learning platforms to virtual teaching assistants, AI technologies promise to revolutionize how we teach and learn. However, this rapid integration of AI in educational settings has sparked lively discussions and raised important questions about its impact on students, teachers, and the future of education itself.
And now here's the second intro.
Today we will be discussing the debate on the usage of AI in the academic realm. Being college students, we feel that we can give a well-rounded discussion to this dilemma, having experienced it firsthand. Many educators have differing opinions and policies on whether or not they support or deny the right to use AI in the classroom. To begin, we are going to start off this discussion with our individual opinions based on artificial intelligence. Sienna, what's yours?
So I believe that AI used in schools is, yes, it is very dangerous, but like our world is constantly changing and AI is getting smarter and smarter every day and we have no control over it. So if we don't start learning how to use it, it's gonna outbeat us, and I feel it is important that we learn how to use it. So it's important that educators allow us to use it and teach us different ways that we can use it without it being used in plagiarism ways. So yeah, what do you think, Megan?
I think AI is inevitable in the learning space just because it's becoming integrated in our lives so much.
So the same thing as Sienna.
Yeah, but I don't think it's good because it's hindering a lot of our learning skills.
Yeah, that's true because in this discussion Elon Musk had 2 days ago, he talked about how eventually the percentage of intelligence that is biological, he believes is going to be less than 1%, which is something that's so scary, and everyone on Twitter and social media was really freaking out over this, because it put into perspective how much humans are going to be using their minds to even think, and we're just going to rely on AI way too much.
That is scary.
That is really, really scary. See, that goes into my opinion on artificial intelligence.
What's your opinion?
Honestly, I don't know why we started getting involved with artificial intelligence in the first place. Yes, there are a lot of positives, but in the long run, there's going to be a lot of negative. How do we know if it's smarter than us or not? How do we know what its real capabilities are? How do we know if this isn't just harming our youth and our future generations? I mean, college essays, for example. Students nowadays can just type in, "Give me a good college essay," into ChatGPT, for example, and they will get some amazing piece of work that they can submit for themselves. Or they can get a little more specific. Give me a college essay about my childhood's connection to soccer, like Sienna. Not that she actually used one in college, but I'm just saying if she were to use a college admissions essay, it would probably be relating soccer to her childhood youth. So I'm just saying, how are colleges supposed to know the difference between colleges? How are colleges supposed to know the difference between AI generated or human generated?
Yeah, that's
because,
so true.
It doesn't make sense. How are you supposed to understand it? Even when you put them through the chat GPT detectors, sometimes it's kind of hard to understand what the difference is.
That's true because the more information we feed AI as students, AI has this thing, it's called training data. So once we give information to AI, it learns things that we tell them, and it almost creates a bias. And then let's say we give them AI false information and it starts to think that it's true, AI will start lying to us and it'll learn to manipulate us and help us spread false information without us even knowing. So that goes based off what you said.
Guest speaker, Annika. Oh. Annika, how do you feel about AI?
I think it's rigged.
Cool. All right, back to the podcast.
AI has impacted you in college.
Honestly, I feel like I've become a lot more lazy, and I don't really like.
So are we admitting to cheating?
No, but I like use it when I'm like out of ideas, and like I feel like I rely on myself to come. I don't rely on myself as much to come up with ideas anymore, and I'm like, oh, I'll just type it into AI, and it'll give me an idea, and then I could go from there.
That is so real. But honestly, to contradict that, as a part of like the studying aspect, I earlier was studying for my econ exam, and when I was looking at the practice questions, I had no idea what I was looking at, honestly, for the whole thing. But we're just going to say one question. I didn't know what it was. I was confused on the formula. And specifically for CPI, Consumer Price Index. If you don't know what that is, you can ChatGPT it later. But I plugged into ChatGPT, and lo and behold, it gave me the whole formula all plugged in. It gave me the right answer. Very helpful, ChatGPT and AI.
I feel like a lot of my teachers or professors in college have different policies regarding AI. And in this article by PropQuest, it explains how a lot of teachers have adopted AI policies based on like what they hear from others. So it's not like from marketing campaigns or emails or vendors at conferences, but instead relationships with others.
Yeah, and it's interesting how like a lot of teachers act like they hate AI. Meanwhile, in a study found by Forbes, it's seen that as of the end of 2023, 60% of educators have started using AI in the classroom. But I do think like even though they do complain about it, they know like that we have to start using it, because if we don't, like the AI tools are gonna like keep advancing and we're gonna be left in the dark. Like this guy, he's a professor at University of Southern California. His name is Hank Wyzak, and he says that if we don't begin to teach students how to incorporate AI into our everyday life, starting in the classroom, people without AI skills in the workplace are going to replace people without them.
It's very sad to see jobs going away to these AI-generated things, like, things that you wouldn't even think of, that AI is taking over. It's so sad, and we already have an unemployment issue in our country, but, to add on to that by AI taking over is insane.
Yeah. And like leading more on like the education standpoint, there's like so many different tools being created like every day, and we keep having to learn new ones. For instance, there's this guy on TikTok. He's starting his own AI tool for education purposes. It's called Nexus Research, and he hopes to make it easier, like sifting through large text or like going through PowerPoint presentations a lot easier. You just type in what you want to find and it goes through the whole thing and it finds the answers for you. And he does discuss the downside of his own creation, and he kind of explains that it's like the student's choice if they want to learn the material intensely or just have the system take it apart for you. But yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
In an article written from the International Journal of Research and Marketing, it emphasizes the impact of AI on academic journals. And their content emphasizing transparency and ethical use, which I think is a common theme found around the topic of AI.
Now that we have discussed the information from these fact-based sources, Olivia is going to do a little experiment for us.
Have you ever woken up for your 8 a.m. and felt a little under the weather? Or maybe not. But we've all been there. We've all wanted to skip our 8 a.m. class due to a sickness. If you don't see my air quotations, I'm doing air quotations. So, to remedy this problem, I found a solution. Instead of aimlessly typing on my computer, trying to figure out what type of email works, I just typed into ChatGPT. My exact words were, email to professor saying I'm sick. And ChatGPT came out with an awesome email that I would totally use. And I quote, Dear Professor, last name, hope this email finds you well. As every single AI-generated email says, by the way. I am writing to inform you that I unfortunately am unable to attend class or complete the upcoming assignment as scheduled due to illness. I'm experiencing brief description of symptoms, if comfortable sharing, which has left me unable to focus or participate fully in my academic responsibilities. I'm reaching out to kindly request an extension on specific assignment or exam, which is due date. I understand the importance of meeting deadlines and assure you that I am committed to catching up on missed work promptly once I have recovered. If it is possible, could you please provide guidance on any steps I need to formally request an extension? Additionally, if there are any alternative arrangements or accommodations that could be made in light of my circumstances, I would greatly appreciate your advice. Thank you for understanding and assistance during this time. I apologize for any inconvenience my absence may cause, and am grateful for your support in helping me navigate this situation. Looking forward to your guidance. Sincerely, your name, your class section. So, as we're reviewing this email, do you see all of the fluff that's been used? I mean, do you really need to say that you're missing an assignment due to illness? Do you really need to say if there's any other steps that I can take to formally request an extension? So now I'm going to review my email. In my email to my professors when I am explaining an illness, I would start, "Good morning, Professor," last name. "I hope you are having a good week, period. Unfortunately, I am unable to make it to class due to blank, blank, blank." And then I would attach a doctor's note. "Please let me know what I can do to make up any assignments that I have missed. I am very sorry for any inconvenience this has caused. Thank you. Olivia." See, that was a lot less fluff, more straight to the point. You just don't need all the fluff. And AI makes it seem like you do. So that's why it was obvious when we used the AI sourced email.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. It's something that's very dangerous within like homework assignments and using it for tests and stuff like that, because it's obvious to teachers when kids use it, because AI has like a certain pattern that we even discussed about in class when considering if Mr. Hayes wrote it or the AI wrote it.
AI tends to like go on in lists.
Yeah, it does like comma,
and it's a lot less personable and creative than human writing.
It doesn't use like pronouns and stuff like our, or like they, or like stuff like that. So it's really easy to notice. Well, we just want to thank you guys for listening to our discussion about the usage of AI in the classroom and in the academic realm. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.